If the definition of when human life begins is changed from conception to implantation, then Plan B, okay, or the morning after pill, and the birth control pill would now be completely morally acceptable, given what? The redefinition of language and terms. By the way, Planned Parenthood's own website has stated this about the pill. They've said the hormones also thin the lining of the uterus. Planned Parenthood has said, in theory, this could prevent pregnancy by keeping a fertilized egg from attaching to the uterus. Once again, there's no such thing as a fertilized egg. What they mean is a new zygote, a new human being. This is Planned Parenthood. Their own website has said this. This could prevent pregnancy by stopping or keeping a fertilized egg, a new human being, from attaching to the uterus. Planned Parenthood is clear, okay? Early destruction of a human life post-fertilization is possible with the birth control pill. So with this new definition of when human life begins, Planned Parenthood can say this on their website. They say, but emergency contraception, which is what, Plan B, morning after pill, can stop pregnancy from happening in the first place. So you use it soon after sex, but before you get pregnant. Can stop pregnancy from happening. Well, because they've defined pregnancy as implantation, not conception, because they've defined new human life as beginning at implantation and not conception. In order to avoid a public relations nightmare in the 60s, okay, that would have happened in labeling the birth control pill as a potentially abortifacient drug, a new definition of conception was needed. A new definition of when human beings come into existence was needed to overcome these obstacles. And the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, ACOG, lined up to help with zero scientific evidence to justify this change. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists redefined conception to this, quote, the implantation of a fertilized egg, end quote. With zero explanation as to what justified the change, with zero scientific evidence to explain this newly discovered definition of when human life begins. Mission accomplished. Until 1965, the definition of conception had been based on scientific facts, that it was the moment of conception. But now the new definition will be based not on facts, not on the science, but on ideology. Because ideology is the extrapolation of and the arranging of words to explain one's moral, philosophical, and political beliefs. And this, despite the fact that we've known when human life begins since the 1800s. This is something that the pro-abortion medical establishment doesn't like to talk about. But Dr. Horatio Storer, in 1868, wrote a book called Criminal Abortion, Its Nature, Its Evidence, and Its Law. Okay, he was part of American Medical Association's Committee on Criminal Abortion. This is a book from 1868, and it says, physicians have now arrived at the unanimous opinion that the fetus in utero is alive from the very moment of conception. They said the willful killing of a human being at any stage of its existence is murder. That was 1868. That it was a unanimous opinion that the fetus in utero is alive from the moment of conception. Even Alan Guttmacher, who became the president of Planned Parenthood after Margaret Sanger died, said in his book, Life in the Making, regarding when people knew when human life begins. Not only did he acknowledge it began at the moment of conception, he said, quote, this all seems so simple and evident that it's hard to picture a time when it wasn't part of the common knowledge, end quote. It was common knowledge, according to the president of Planned Parenthood in the 60s, that human life begins at the moment of conception.